I just want to put that out there to other extroverted feeling people, high FE people, is you do that so much that you're going to burn yourself out trying to make sure that everybody's happy, trying to make sure that everyone's taken care of and that nothing goes wrong. You can't. You'll never be able to achieve that. And it doesn't mean that you're wrong for trying to, but that you have to be okay with not everybody can always be happy, and I can't always be responsible at all times for that in other people. And it's just overkill. It's FE overkill. It's too much. I am an INFJ. It's okay. It's okay. You can feel bad for me a little bit. All right, don't lay it on too thick. I'm just saying that it's very difficult sometimes to be an INFJ, and part of that is that FE, that extroverted feeling, being highly aware of the emotions of others. But let me tell you, I didn't realize how bad it was until I got this. This is a 360 camera. Let me show you a little bit of footage. So as you can see, I'm taking footage and I'm being out in public, and I didn't realize until this moment, I always knew that I was high feeling, being aware of others, trying not to do anything that would disrupt their experience, right? That's my inferior. You connect the FE with the SE, and that basically means that you have somebody who's highly aware of the emotions of others and doesn't want to disrupt their experiences. So whenever I got this 360 camera, I became highly aware that I was so worried about disrupting anyone's experience to the point that it was almost crippling. So I took my brand new 360 camera, and whenever I sat down to get it assembled, and I'll show you here, this is a selfie stick, and it puts it out and it takes away the selfie stick. It does it in the stitching. But I had to take this out of my camera bag and put it together. So I sat down in the mall and I got my 360 camera out and I got my selfie stick and I started putting them together, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this probably looks a little scary. I wonder if I'm gonna make anyone think that I'm putting together something really bad. And so I tried to do it, trying to hide it, which probably makes it look even worse. And so I'm trying to do this covertly so that nobody sees. And I'm sure people are looking at me and I'm looking like I'm hiding something. And of course that makes me feel self-conscious. Well, I'm trying not to disrupt anybody's day, but I just want to use my camera. And of course, whenever I'm going to do this, I have already looked up, because I'm an INFJ, so I'm going to future think, and I wanted to look up, well, what are the laws whenever you're filming in public? Is there anything that if somebody comes to me and says something, do I understand whether I'm right or wrong? And so I looked up the public laws. You can film in public, and if anybody's in public, basically they're fair game. Basically, there's no law that says that they can't be filmed. So I had that ready to go. If somebody said, hey, don't film me, I'm so ready to defend something that I want to do that's completely within reason. And obviously, if somebody came up and was very offended, want me to, delete something, I probably would. But the thing is really there's nothing against me doing that. But it made me really realize how much I push that part down into my unconscious. Those are the unconscious functions. So I'm pushing down my own feelings, my own wants, things that I would enjoy because it might disrupt other people. It might make somebody else feel bad, so I don't want to do it. I push that part of me aside for other people. And that's what makes up your personality, your ego functions, is that you are repressing the other information and saying that I want to push that away. It doesn't matter. It's not worth disrupting the other information that I see is important. And so for the INFJ, it's going to be other people's feelings, and they push down their own wants and desires. The other thing that I push down is the TE. I don't want to get into some big debate. Like, it's just easier for me to go ahead and say, you know what, you enjoy your time. It's not worth it for me to have those things for myself. And this can be very disruptive for those who have very high FE. And what I want to say about this is you have to be very careful, because in the end, it's something that you're taking away from yourself. It can feel very wrong. You're repressing information into your unconscious, those other cognitive functions, the opposites of your ego, looking at that information, going, hey, what about my FI? What about my SI? What about my experiences? Well, you know, that's not important to the NI big picture of other people's feelings and their experiences. That's what's important. What I want and my experiences, those don't matter in the big picture. And that's something that INFJs have to work on later in life, being okay with expressing themselves, being okay with going, you know what, this is me, and I'm gonna put that out there, and hopefully people are okay with it. People see something in it and see what I'm trying to express. That's part of actually what this YouTube channel is, you know what, I know that my stuff is very abstract. I know that there's some people who are probably turned off by it and are like, what is this guy doing? What is all this weird imagery? I don't want to watch it. Just record yourself and take off all this silly stuff. And you know, it's just, I'm to the point where I'm later in my life. And I kind of just am like, you know what? I just want to be myself and show who I am. And it's okay if people aren't okay with that and don't like it or don't appreciate it. I have to be okay with that, because this is just for me. And I'm still doing things that I really enjoy, sharing this information with you all, sharing how to understand yourselves and understand others better to help improve your relationships. I truly love sharing this information, but I also am enjoying showing my creative side to more of the world. And I get that that's going to be off-putting for some people, but I'm doing that because, you know what, I've learned later in my life now, I'm not going to be able to please everybody. And I can't spend my time agonizing over every little thing that I'm doing and what somebody else is going to think or feel. That doesn't mean that I have to be a jerk, right? It doesn't mean that I have to disregard that. I'm always going to be very hyper aware of that. But later in life going, you know, it's okay to sometimes do things that I want to do. And I just want to put that out there to other extroverted feeling people, high FE people, is you do that so much that you're going to burn yourself out trying to make sure that everybody's happy, trying to make sure that everyone's taken care of and that nothing goes wrong. You can't. You'll never be able to achieve that. And it doesn't mean that you're wrong for trying to, but that you have to be okay with not everybody can always be happy, and I can't always be responsible at all times for that in other people. And it's just overkill. It's FE overkill. It's too much. So do something for yourself because you want to be yourself. And in the end, that is going to be the version of you that you're most proud of. So give it a shot.